yesterday, Trump announced that he's getting back on the campaign trail and that he'll be holding 4 rallies. And as God would have it, one of those 4 rallies will be held in Florida, which is where I live. Now, as many of you guys know, my longtime subscribers know, that I've been covering Trump rallies all across the state for 2 years, I guess. And I really enjoyed it just as an independent journalist, just out there, just recording all the people in the crowds and having a good time. And back in February, I announced that I got hired as a political correspondent for Right Side Broadcasting Network. And I was really excited to get back out there and go to Trump rallies and cover, the crowd and everything. But then China unleashed this havoc on the world and everything got turned upside down. And now here we are again in June, and Trump is getting back out there and holding rallies. I've been in contact with Right Side Broadcasting, so I will be making my debut at the Florida rally. And this is just amazing. God is amazing. And I can't thank you who prayed for me enough, because you guys were excited as I was. And then next thing you know, everything was chaos. Now for me, this Trump getting back on the campaign trail represents more than just him, addressing the nation and building momentum for his reelection. For me, it represents a shift in polarity, away from negativity and division and back towards things that unify us. One thing that I noticed early on when I was covering Trump rallies was the amount of unity, people from all walks of life coming together, smiling, laughing, waving, just having a good time, enjoying what unifies us as Americans, right? There's no division, there's no black, white, there's none of that at a Trump rally. The rallies for me are much less about what he says and more about the energy that builds around it and the kind of light and love and compassion that comes from the people who attend the rallies. And I think that's why over time I prefer to be outside. I prefer to be out in the crowd. So it just felt like perfect harmony for me to be hired with Right Side Broadcasting. And it feels like perfect synchronicity that one of his very first stops, after all of the nonsense and chaos and darkness that we've gone through as a country in just a short period of time, would be in the state where I live right now. So be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited. And I just think that me being able to be a part of something so big, so monumental, when he held his first re-election rally, he chose Florida. And I was there. And I got an opportunity, a short opportunity, to go on Fox News and tell the truth, right? Because I went on Fox News, I was expecting to be asked certain questions. They didn't ask that. They asked something else. And, I said basically the Trump rallies are positive, they're unifying, they're uplifting, and the protest, because there was a big protest outside of that rally, there was a bunch of negativity and hatred and vitriol and just low vibes. And that's what we've been experiencing, right? If you think about what Trump talks about at his rallies, he talks about things that unify the country. He talks about the low unemployment rates. He talked about the crime falling. He talked about a lot of things that most people prefer to focus on. The good things, the good aspects of the country. Do we have problems? Of course. But we're always improving. And Trump, what he was campaigning on was wiped out, right? You think that was just by mistake or coincidence or by design? Obviously, we know the truth if we're paying attention here. So the left spent the last 4 months destroying everything that Trump built, from the economy. The crime rates went up, racial tension went up, and now this is counterbalancing all of the nonsense. Because see, what they need on the left, the spiritual enemy that possesses people who are on the left ideologically and politically, is it needs darkness to thrive. It needs darkness, it needs chaos, it needs confusion, it needs violence, it needs a lot of low vibration people to carry out that evil. We've seen a lot of evil. We've seen a lot of lies. We've seen our economy destroyed. We've seen lives lost. The psychological damage, left in the wake of COVID-19 and now the George Floyd riots and protests. The Trump rallies represents a shift in that energy because people are going to be excited. They're going to be fired up. It's literally creating jobs. If you think about me going to Right Side Broadcasting. So I couldn't be more excited. This feels like a gift from God and just perfect timing. This is what the country needs. So be on the lookout for that. God bless everybody that prayed for me. God bless everybody who supports this channel. We know that this channel has been shadow banned. I think joining Right Side Broadcasting gives me an opportunity to boost my platform, but also contribute to something greater than myself. I love telling the truth. Truth fears no scrutiny, which is why I do it unapologetically. And I'm excited for Trump's next rally in Florida so we can get back on track, so we can continue focus on making America great and keeping it that way. God bless.